1, 2, 3, clap.
Whew, I'm glad you clapped. I wasn't sure if I hit share audio.
Yeah, you did.
Because we don't want to do restarts. We don't do that. Hi, and welcome to Hey Buddy Nice Podcast. Over there in Scotland. I got nothing to say, as it's just Brogan Hastings living their Brogan Hastings life.
And over there in Western Australia, rendered speechless just by being in my presence, that's Wayne Giovinazzi.
I just didn't have the forethought to think it through, that was all.
Yeah.
And I like that you specify Western Australia. I guess because I also specify Scotland. Because Scotland is part of a continent, and yeah.
Well, the very fact that when you talk about you always say Western Australia. You never say that you're from Australia. Yeah. You're from Western Australia. So
I don't know. I don't know. Depends who.
You maybe do like once or twice, but usually when we're talking, it's like Western Australia. Yeah. And Australia's so big, it feels like another. It feels like the difference between saying Nevada or New York. You know, you could say you're from the United States, but you wouldn't say that. You would say you're from Nevada.
Yeah. But some people say East Coast, some say West Coast, some say the Midwest. Yeah.
Exactly. You know,
I don't know. It depends. It depends if I have a reason for saying it. Right? If it's contextual, I'll say Western Australia if it's leading to something else. If not, I'll say Australia. And if they ask further, I'll say the West quite often.
Yeah.
That's how it would go.
Yeah.
Yep. So when people ask where you're from, you clearly just say Scotland, not the United Kingdom.
Yes. Unless it's on one of those select box things where they don't break down the
Yes.
United Kingdom and I have to put the UK.
Yeah. They should have other, and then you just type in Scotland.
Yeah.
But those boxes are weird. It's like, okay. I look at it one of two ways, and depending on which way it is, I always feel the opposite. Mm-hmm. Because when it's a site that has like United States at the top of that pull down menu to select the country, I'm like, oh yeah, of course they're going to put themselves on the top. When I need to select the United States for a reason, and it's not at the top, I'm like, fucking hell, why don't they just put it at the top?
Yeah, because usually when United States is at the top, the UK is as well.
Yeah.
So I'm always like, yes.
There are some that do have like your common places at the top as well. Yeah. Right. Should we just go straight into the corrections department?
Yeah.
Because it's become a thing. Mm-hmm. All right. Guess what? We've got music for corrections department. Here it is. I think what I like about this music is it sounds like a cheeky cat.
Yes.
Like it's a cat being cheeky.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was going to say this music is subject to change, but no, it's not going to. This is going to be what it is. But we got a few corrections. The first one is aimed directly at you, Brogan, and it comes from our good buddy, Joe Booth Bowers.
Yeah.
And it says, episode 133, RJ doesn't pick the audience member, the ball picks.
You're so fucking right, Joe.
Yeah, Joe Booth is right. So that's in reference to Mystère when Bébé Francois throws the ball at Papa. Mm-hmm. Or the ball goes to Papa. So there's that. That's our first correction. I think that correction is so good it deserves a round of applause. That's right, cheese bags. If you send us a correction, from now on, you'll get a round of applause from us. What else have we got? We've got... Oh, here we go. This one comes from Ranchan. So, Brogan, remind me, what is the name of the Dragon Ball Z theme in, like, the one that you like?
Rock the Dragon.
So, Ranchan says Rock the Dragon is the American theme for Dragon Ball Z. Head Cha-La is Japan.
Yes and no.
Okay, so this is a half correction?
Half correction. So,
okay.
From what I understand from other Americans that I've known for years and years and years when we were talking about Dragon Ball Z,
yeah,
Rock the Dragon was the theme for a section of it, like a small section of the episodes. So, yeah, Rock the Dragon was used in the United States, just not all the way through. Rock the Dragon is the only theme that the United Kingdom had. That's the only one we ever knew. I never knew anything else until I started playing the games.
Yep. All right.
Because I remember watching through it, and I want to believe it's about episode 54 to 92.
Okay.
When I got to those in the DVD, I was like, oh, we're getting to Rock the Dragon.
Yeah.
What the fuck is this? I was, yeah. So I could be wrong. It could be that there are places that's the only place that they had it, but...
Yep. But from your experience.
Yeah. From my...
But you know what?
From my experience and my understanding from others, you know. So, but yeah, I did not clarify that, and that is on me.
Well, either way, Ranchan, round of applause for Ranchan. And the next one, I'm still classifying it as Corrections Department, even though after the recording, we did our own research. Remember how from last Corrections Department, when your mum was like, does Wayne perhaps mean Worcestershire?
Yes.
Worcester sauce?
Yes.
We did our own research, went on to some supermarket websites, and found what this sauce was. And at the time, we realised what my mistake was, and that is that it's not a UK sauce. It's from New Zealand. And this comes from Michael Shaw and, once again, my mother. It is Watties, so I was right on the name.
Yep.
It is Watties. I was wrong that it's the UK. But it's also apparently New Zealand's favourite sauce.
There you go. But that explains why I've never heard of it.
Yeah, exactly. But over here, Watties is a brand of baked beans, tinned baked beans. So is it just like the baked beans sauce? That sounds disgusting.
Well, if it's like a Heinz replacement, that would make sense. I don't know.
I guess because Heinz do ketchup. Yeah. Okay. All right. I'll allow it because it's not like it's ketchup on Heinz beans. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. I'll accept that. Anyway, Michael and Mother. There we go. That's the Corrections Department for today. If you've got a correction that you feel we were severely wrong or even partially wrong on, send it through to us, either on social media or nicepodbud@gmail.com is still probably the best email to use.
Yeah.
Yep, there we go. And we might just give you a round of applause. There we go. I faded out the cheeky cat corrections music because it still had like a minute left. Mm-hmm. We had a poll. We as we're doing every week now, we had a poll, and this was our first 3-option poll.
Oh.
Did you see it, Brogan?
No.
Did you see what the poll was? So it was just another one where people decide which is better, and it was those point of sale descriptions for items. So it was Ass Cree, GTA for sex, or I believe yours was ass class.
Yes.
Is that what you... Yeah, good. I didn't want to get that wrong. A resounding 50% of the vote went to ass Cree. See, it still had more votes than the others, but that still means 50% of the voting public disagreed. I always hate it when this happens, because 50% of the voting public thought not ass Cree. Mm-hmm. So I should have voted just to like break up that 50-50. But ass class was 37.5% of the vote, and GTA for sex 12.5%. Again, this was an out of context poll. You know what? When I post them, I'm just going to write out of context poll, so maybe more people will vote. Yeah, there we go. I'm just going to delete that off the list. Done. Cool. When we first started, right, I was very almost addicted to looking at stats for the podcast, right? Mm-hmm. And I haven't done that in a long time now. It maybe once every now and then I'll check on charts and things like that just to see. Or if I'm interested to see how an episode performed, I'll go into our own tracking. I did this past week, and we have a big shout out to send.
I did see this.
Yeah, and this is fucking Botswana, number 7 on the comedy interview charts.
That's hilarious.
Yep, number 7. Thank you, Botswana. Rest of the world, pick up your fucking game.
I wonder how many listeners that is.
Yeah, I know, right?
Probably one.
What I want to know. I want to know who what 6 comedy interview podcasts are above us.
Yeah.
And how hard they'd be to overtake in Botswana.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even know what language they speak in Botswana.
I'm not even going to guess because that might insult them, and I don't want to drop our place.
It could sound racist.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that I think. Who else? New Zealand. We're usually pretty high on New Zealand. Like we're usually in the top 100 at least in New Zealand.
That's not bad.
Of either comedy or comedy interviews. So That's cool. We say comedy interviews, but we don't have very many interviews, unless you consider us interviewing ourselves as an interview.
Yeah.
Yep.
It doesn't.
All right,
it doesn't feel right to just say comedy because that implies non-fiction. That implies fiction.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So our categories are comedy interviews, and visual arts. There are, and our top one is visual arts, I think.
I can't imagine there's many
category.
visual arts podcasts.
Oh no, there are. There
Oh,
are heaps. Yeah, across a whole range of different types of visual arts as well. I've looked into it.
Cool.
But I think we do need to keep up with the interview portion. So, Brogan, hard-hitting question. What video games are you playing?
I can't. Where was I the last time we did a Brogan's trophy update?
Froggerland. Froggerland was done.
Frog Island.
Yep. And I don't know if you... Judgment?
No, I had. So I've not got back to it. So I.
Yeah.
So, yes, the last time we spoke, I had once again completed 2 games.
Yes.
The last one being Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I've since completed another game, which I genuinely didn't think I would ever do.
Wow.
I finished Power Wash Simulator.
Oh, you said that was what you wanted. Yep.
I actually got that one. I was very surprised
Yeah.
because that includes doing...
DLC?
Well, no, the DLC I'd already got 100%.
Okay.
Things that were tripping me up were there's trophies for doing challenges.
Oh, yeah.
And you have to get... So the 2 I couldn't get were get 1 gold medal in a challenge mode and then get 5 gold medals in a challenge mode.
Ugh. Yep.
So there are 2 types of challenge mode. There's do it under a certain time or use a certain amount of water.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I can't do the water one. So time it is.
Yep.
Yeah, and somehow I managed to get all 5.
Sorry, I just hit my mute button so I could cough, and I hit thwomp.
I didn't even hear the thwomp. I just heard you hit things and then look weird.
Yeah. Yep.
So I got that, and I was like, well, hey, I can take that off the list. Thank you.
Go. Good job.
And I'm now working my way through Danganronpa 1 and 2 Reloaded. Finished Danganronpa 1, fine, and I'm now on 2. But the problem is they're both on the same trophy list because...
Oh, interesting.
So it's... The title and thing is Danganronpa 1-2 Reload. How this was originally released was Trigger Happy Havoc 1 and then Danganronpa 2. They were separate games for the PSP or PS Vita. I can't remember which.
Okay, interesting.
So they're and you can tell that when you're playing them that it's more designed for a handheld.
Yeah.
So they just smooshed them together because they're not long games.
No.
It's a bit grindy, but yeah, it's certainly doable. Now that I understand, because that was the thing I couldn't get. It's when you don't know what you're looking for, it's very hard to understand what the game wants you to do because it's investigation and stuff like that. And so I'm like just pulling up a guide and fucking tell me where to go. Tell me what to do. How do I maximize this? Because
sometimes you have to. You don't have a choice.
It doesn't bother me. Like I don't feel I'm getting less out the story because it's not as frustrating.
Yeah.
And the particular guide I use doesn't use spoilers. So,
that's handy.
Yeah, so I don't know who's going to die. And by the time that there's a bit where it says click to spoil, you already know the answer.
You've already done it. Yeah,
It's essentially you're checking it to confirm. So, yeah.
Did you ever have a PS Vita?
Not a Vita, I had a PSP.
You did have a PSP. I think we've just come by, at least in Australia, the anniversary of the release of the PS Vita. Because in my Facebook memories, I've got Mr. Tim Bransby asking for my PlayStation name and stuff like that, so we could play PS Vita games.
Nice.
I really underutilized that system.
I think everybody did.
I think the only games I have for it is like Uncharted, Little Big Planet, Sly Raccoon Trilogy, and it only comes with the first 2 games because the third game was a DLC, Code, and it wasn't in the box, so I didn't get that. What else was there? I think that's probably it. But I've never played through Uncharted on Vita, and I really should.
It's the kind of thing that I look at and I'm like, if I ever see it secondhand at a good price, I might pick it up.
Because apparently there's a big, ability on it now. Yeah. The problem is the fucking memory card that you need for it might be hard to get because, again, it's like the memory card Pro Duo for the Vita.
Yeah.
Sorry, for the PSP. Fucking proprietary memory cards. Like, fuck off with that shit in your handheld, Sony.
Yeah. But although, are Sony not releasing a new handheld system?
No, they released a thing that you can stream your PlayStation 2.
They've released the backbone. I've got the backbone.
No, this is a thing with a screen for, what is it called? Remote play.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking of, where you got the screen with it, whereas the backbone clips onto your phone.
Exactly, yeah. And this also isn't reliant on having a phone with certain specifications. It's going to be able to play.
But the problem is it still requires Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
And stream.
I've never had any luck with their remote play stuff. Even when I've LANed everything up, it's like...
Yeah.
It's been years since I've tried.
Because the reason I got Backbone was so that I could play the PlayStation while in Vegas.
Yeah.
And I tried to play Assassin's Creed. Because it wasn't like I was doing big story stuff. I was just walking around and getting materials and cleaning up trophies.
Yeah.
I just couldn't do it. I just could not do it. The lag was so bad.
Yeah, it's not feasible.
No. I would rather, I would like Sony to do something like the Vita and just have download games.
Yeah.
I want to be able to download my current games onto a handheld and take it.
Yeah. Like you mean like PlayStation 5 style games?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
If I can stream it, I want to be able to download it. That's you know.
Well, it's like PlayStation Now. Do you have PlayStation Now in the UK? If that even still exists or what it was called, whatever it is.
PlayStation Now doesn't exist anymore. PlayStation Plus does, where you can stream it or you can download it.
Okay. You can't do that in Australia.
Oh.
Because we don't have quality internet to be able to do that. So there is a whole slew of classic games from, I think, the PS3 library that we don't have.
Oh.
Yet our fucking premium price is way up there. I still haven't renewed my PS Plus. And Ryan for Christmas gave me $60 worth of fucking PlayStation Plus. So it's just sitting there because I don't have a cool $250. Well, less 60.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, maybe I should charge my Vita.
Yeah.
I think one of the weirdest things on the Vita is, so it's a touchscreen, of course, right? But the back of it is also a touch panel.
I remember that, and not a lot of games use that.
Yeah, so the games that I play, Little Big Planet and Uncharted, both do.
Ah.
Oh, man. Well, I can't remember what happened, but I got Little Big Planet for free. Little Big Planet Vita. That's right. So I pre-ordered it at JB Hi-Fi, who notoriously known for fucking me over for things.
Yeah.
Pre-orders and prices and stuff like that. Because they got price match policy and they always want to fuck me for some reason. When I pre-ordered it, you would get a free little Sackboy plushie.
Oh.
And when I went to pick it up, they're like, no, we don't have it. It's like, well, it's the only reason why I fucking pre-ordered it. So I sent through a complaint.
Yep.
And they're like, if you come into the store, we will give you a refund. You get to keep the game, and we've got a plushie for you.
I mean, that's pretty fucking good.
It was. So with that money, I bought Borderlands 2 on PC.
Nice.
And it's one of my all-time favorite games.
Yeah.
Borderlands 2. So, sure, I didn't get the full use out of Little Big Planet on Vita because I didn't really play it that much. But hey, it got me Borderlands 2.
That's right.
Speaking of my favorite games, some of my favorite games, it's like, you know, Point Blank, Rock Band, hard games, right, to deal with today.
Yeah.
Because Point Blank, to play at home, you would have needed a CRT TV, but until, you know, decade or two later, someone makes a gun that works on any TV.
Yep.
Now I can enjoy that again. Rock Band, almost impossible to get decent quality instruments because they're all dying, falling apart.
Yep.
Luckily, I managed to do that. So I'm not going to have to wait decades to be able to play these games.
Yep.
So I think I've briefly talked about games like Where's My Water and Where's My Mickey and Where's My Perry.
Yes.
These are older App Store games, Android and Apple devices.
Yeah.
Right? The only ones that you can still get is Where's My Water and Where's My Water 2. So all I want to do is be able to play Where's My Perry. That is one of my all-time favorite games.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just a basic phone game, but because Android and iOS, they've had so many updates and things like that, it's just not compatible anymore.
Yeah.
Right? So it's not even on the store. So yar. Right? I install it on my Android phone, and it my good quality Android phone, and it's like, nah, sorry, bro, this has got issues. We can't play it. I'm like, God damn it. But I've still got a Samsung Galaxy Tab 2 or 3. Hey, look, you can see yourself in the reflection.
That's very odd.
Yeah, two or three. Just like I can see myself when you weren't there in the pop vinyl box, I could see the reflection of me, and I was like putting my hand up and seeing the lag. Like, ready? Oh, now your chair's in the way, but such lag. So I downloaded, I think it was like 1.7 was the version of.
It's weird to me how you have me full screen and I don't have you full screen.
I don't want to just look at myself. Oh wow, this is like full on Broganception. Yeah. What was I saying? Yeah, so I got like the last version available, installed it, and then it had issues. It was like, no, there are Google Play service miscommunications here. What the fuck is going on? So I got an older version. Works like a dream.
Nice.
It's been years since I've played this. The last time I actually played it was the first time, really. The big Perth stadium that was being built. We were doing the air conditioning for it. I remember playing it there.
Wow.
In my downtime. Yeah. And it's good just to be. I mean, I know nothing about Phineas and Ferb or Perry the Platypus or the Dr. What's his face who you quoted the other week.
Schmidt.
Doofenshmirtz, Schmidt, that guy. Doofenheimer Schmidt.
Doofenshmirtz, maybe.
So I just turn the music down because I hate the music in these games. And I just turn the voices off as well. So all I'm hearing is like these sound effects of water and like machinery. And every now and then the platypus goes, and that's it. That's all I hear. I have no idea what's going on. There is a little bit of story. All I'm like, dig away the dirt and get the water to the platypus. So yeah, it's good. That at least this I can still play until my Galaxy Tab 3 dies. I even tried getting, like, a few months ago, getting emulators on the PC for Android to be able to play it, and I don't know how to work them. I've got no idea. But I guess with the Perth Stadium rights, Optus Stadium is what it's called. Optus is a telecommunications company in Australia, so they're naming rights for the stadium. Last night, the WWE was there.
Oh, cool.
For the Elimination Chamber in Perth. And they were teasing so hard that The Rock was going to be there and didn't show up because that's part of the storyline at the moment. It's like, oh, if you're the people's champion, how come you're never showing up for the people, right? They got WrestleMania plans.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck about wrestling, really, right? The only wrestling I care about is like 80s and 90s wrestling on VHS that was already years and years old that we would rent from a video store, right? So old Hulk Hogan, Andre the Giant, all that shit. Watching these little videos on like Twitter that people were posting, making me feel like I was missing out. And I had no investment or care whatsoever. And fucking Logan Paul was there, which gives me even less care.
I fucking hate that guy.
Oh yeah, no one likes him. But he's what I've seen. He's not just doing it as a fucking gimmick. He's gone in as a full heel, and he's not fucking around.
I think Paul's talked about this before. That I believe it started as like a gimmick, but I think he was pretty good at it.
Yeah,
I still hate him as a human being, but
yeah, absolutely. But he's fully going in for the heel, which is he couldn't play a babyface or a good guy at all.
Yeah.
He could only be the bad guy. Like he was saying, like fucking hate Perth and all this shit as well, like full on heel mode, which I think is funny. But spoilers, I guess. With the women's elimination chamber, the loser blamed Perth. as well, saying this is Perth's fault why I lost. But the winner is actually a person from Australia, so I think
cool.
it was playing to the home crowd. So, yeah, they had to do that.
Big question though, was Triple H there?
Yes.
Oh!
Because, so on the 23rd, Undertaker was in town doing his... Remember when we were in Vegas last year? Undertaker was in town doing like a night of stories with The Undertaker.
Yeah.
So he was here doing that.
Cool.
But I was like, Triple H showed up to that as well. I was like, what the fuck? Why? And then I was like, of course, the Perth WWE Elimination Chamber is on the next night.
Yeah.
So they all travelled together.
I would fucking see that. I would fucking see that.
I considered it. If I had expendable cash, I probably would. I probably would have gone.
I can't remember where I've seen it. It came up on the TikTok anyway, where it was, and I think it was hard to tell because nobody was in makeup. I could only recognise Triple H. But I think it was The Undertaker going through old stuff and like his first like outfit and stories and stuff. And it was really interesting like going through all these boxes and stuff. I was like, I could listen to this. I always much preferred the behind the scenes stuff because Mitchell was big into WWE back in the day. But I always preferred the little funny storylines and the little skit bits before, and then as soon as they started the actual wrestling, I was like, I'm bored now. Yeah. But like DX, I was like, yeah.
Oh yeah. I think Undertaker. If I had to have a favorite wrestler, probably The Undertaker.
Triple H.
You like Hunter Hearst Helmsley?
I do.
Wow.
I'm a big fan of that, and I don't know if it's because in the years after WWE, I've seen good stuff about him, like, you know, supporting cancer charities and stuff like that. You know, I'm like, I like this guy. I mean, I used to, like, way back when wrestling, I was first started to become aware of wrestling, I was like the Rock fan kid. Absolutely.
Yeah, see, I like the Rock post wrestling, I think. I like the Rock a lot more since what was the sitcom called? Young Rock. It got cancelled, unfortunately. But I like that, watching, like, I mean, it's still dramatized. I don't know how much of it's true of him growing up.
Yeah.
But with so many of the old wrestlers being portrayed as well, it was a good show because I knew all of those wrestlers. I mean, not personally.
Yeah.
But.
I mean, I think I really liked him when I was a kid, but I do think that's because Burger King were giving away cups and I got The Rock and I'm like, I fucking love this guy. And Mitchell got Stone Cold Steve Austin. Yeah.
Oh, so you had the cup rivalry going on.
Yeah.
Wow.
I was like, don't fucking touch my Rock cup.
Yeah.
But I think I've kind of... So I was really excited when I seen him started to do acting stuff and I was like, oh my god, it's The Rock. But
Scorpion King.
I think I kind of got annoyed the longer it went on. I don't know. So now I'm like, okay. Maybe if I seen him in wrestling stuff again, I'd be like, okay, I'm down with this.
Well, that's the whole thing that is coming back to wrestling.
Yeah.
And Cody Rhodes was calling him out. He wasn't wrestling at the Elimination Chamber, but he still showed up to Perth for the whole storyline thing.
Yeah.
So
So yeah, if I had to pick a favourite, it'd probably be Triple H. Mostly because one of my favourite memories is sitting on holiday with Mitchell looking at clips on YouTube on our phone, and it was that skit with DX taking the piss out of the McMahons.
Yeah.
And God, who was the other guy that was in DX? I want to say Sean.
Sean, fuck. What? Yeah. I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. And it was like making fun of the McMahon boy, and he was doing the stupid dance that was coming down the thing.
Yeah. Yep. I think I know why I don't like Triple H.
Why?
Is because the first time I would have seen him, he would have beat a wrestler that I did like. So I was like, that fucking asshole.
Yeah.
This is, mind you, I'm just a young kid, not aware that it's, scripted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, I mean, the fake turning into real romance between him and Stephanie.
Yeah.
I'm like, power couple. I love it.
Yeah.
Fucking love it.
Yep. But yeah, I mean, I still kind of feel like I missed out, but then also seeing the photos of the venue, like if I had have gone, it would have been like nosebleeds.
Yeah.
And you can't see anything in the tiers. Even on floor level, unless you're right at the fucking front, you can't see shit.
Yep.
It's all just, you're there looking at giant screens. That's all it is. But I guess, yeah, concerts are like that as well, I guess, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. But even just like, it was, because that's where I go and skate as well, around the stadium. The funniest thing, it's like, whenever they're doing their like big events and whatever city they're in, they do a big shot of the city and then like of the stadium, big zoom out. It goes to Perth and it just looks so fucking weak.
Oh, God.
So weak. They're 4-5 buildings. But then it cuts to the stadium, which is a nice stadium, and we've got some bridges. We've got a bridge, and it's like got weird things on top that sort of cross paths like that, and it looks like 2 prawns or 2 shrimp in an embrace. And always laugh at it because and they're fancy colors and light up. It's cool looking. It's like wow, that's a cool shot. Another reason why I want to be there. And the pyro that they had around the stadium and in the stadium, it's like, this isn't a Perth thing. This is crazy. Yeah. So maybe it would have been like when you would, like Matt talks about, you would go to a concert ironically and then it's actually good.
Yeah.
I feel like it could be like that. Oh, well. We were talking about video games.
We were.
We were. Remember how I said I was going to start a little to the left?
Yes.
I finished it.
Oh, good.
Already. So, yeah, it's good. It's a good game. Good puzzle game. Some of them I had to look, like you said, look at the guide because some of them have multiple solutions. And,
yes, I've seen that.
And you get hints, but it's only for one of the solutions. Oh. So and there was one. I was playing it on stream, and one of the I was working on it because my brain, I don't want to move on to the next one until the last one is completely fucking done. This was the third solution to this puzzle. The maximum is 3, and I had no idea what to do. Nothing. And someone in chat was like, "Oh, do it by amount of yellow or green, like the shade of yellow and shades of green." And it's like, they're all the same. They all look identical. I don't know what you're talking about. And I'm like, all right, you tell me what order to place them in. And they're like, okay, put the jar with the peas first, the one with the beans second, then that one. And I guess the last one's like, I have no idea why you're telling me to do this, but I'm doing it. And I place the last one. It's like, ding, complete. I'm like, I have no idea what you've told me to do or why, but I'll accept it.
Like, I don't know what witchcraft you're using for this.
Exactly.
But yeah.
But yeah, thank you for that. And then you get to the end of the game, and you know it's the end of the game because it's no longer like saying stage complete, here's a star. It's like a puzzle after a puzzle after a puzzle, and the cat just keeps on showing up, and it's all very trippy at the end. So it's like, all right, this is just getting through to the end to get to the credits. Because that's why I play a game, is to see the credits and to watch the credits at the end, right?
I always skip the credits.
Oh, really? Fuck.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. But at the first part of the credits, you're controlling the cat paw and you just smacking everything.
Have you played
all the names and stuff?
Yeah. Have you ever played Cat Lateral Damage?
No.
I feel like you should play Cat Lateral Damage.
Okay. Remind me about that.
You play a little cat and you just literally go about and you get points for knocking things off.
I have played a game like that, so maybe I have.
Maybe you played the beta, but yeah.
Yeah. In the second part of the credits, speaking of Little Big Planet, Sumo Digital are involved in this game, who make the later Little Big Planet games, 3 onwards, I think. It's just you watching it, no interaction, but they also have not photos, but it was like, I'm guessing it's pets of people who worked on the game, but like drawn.
Oh yeah.
In the style of the game.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, that's cool. And then I'm like watching them all go past. I'm like, why is this making me emotional? Why is this puzzle game starting to make me emotional? And then it gets to one of them and it says like, it's a picture of a cool little kitty cat and it's got their names on it and it says R.I.P. Max. I'm like,
oh no.
Why are you doing this to me? Fucking puzzle game. Why? This is not fair. This is not what I signed up for.
Actually, that also reminds me of another game. Toem. Toem.
Yes, that was on my list when I still had PS Plus subscription.
Yes. You should
That's the
definitely.
black and white one, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah.
But there's one of the trophies is you've got to take pictures of certain animals around the game. But all the animals are pets of the developers,
Oh, that's cool.
which is quite cute. And there's one of them that's a turtle, and I'm like, oh.
Yeah. These were majority cats and dogs.
Yeah.
There were a couple of rats as well. Did you ever play Paparazzi?
I don't think so, no.
That's just literally taking photos of dogs. That's the whole game.
I feel like it sounds familiar. Let me have a look, because I might add it to the list. I mean, my rule for buying games at the moment is it either has to be 50% off or more
Okay, yep.
on store, or it has to be a game that is so rarely on sale
Yeah.
that I see it discounted out and I'm allowed to get it regardless.
But, okay, regardless if it's payday or not.
I will check because it usually tells you how long it's on sale for.
Gotcha.
But I'll
All
try
right.
and wait until payday. But
Yeah.
if it's limited and if it's rare, like I have seen Penn and Teller VR on sale once, and
You own it, right?
I own it.
Yeah.
But no, because I didn't want to. It was when I had my first PS5. So I originally got the digital edition,
Yeah.
and then I switched over to the disc edition.
Disc.
But when I had the digital edition, obviously I couldn't play it because I didn't have it.
Yeah, yep.
So yeah, so I had to wait for that to.
Gotcha. Okay. Just say, if you ever have to get it again, just get it in Vegas. Get it from the gift shop.
Oh yeah, I mean I would probably still get it.
Physical media, baby.
Yeah.
I guess the other thing was video game related today is, so I was playing online game, right? Valheim.
Oh, I've
And
heard
I'm
of that.
streaming it, and it is kind of like a survival Minecrafty game. Oh, I've got another thing as well to talk about besides Valheim. Playing, just chatting with the person who's also playing.
Yeah.
Just totally forgot streaming. So just talking about random, like, not streaming shit.
Yeah.
And then someone pops up in the chat. I think it was Still Alone. I was like, oh, hi, Still Alone. Hey, how you doing, buddy? This is a first-time chatter. So I was just shouting out to Still Alone because, of course, I pimped Hey Buddy Nice podcast.
Of course.
So I'm assuming now they are a listener, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, listening to the sultry tone. Sultry? Sultry is a word? Yeah, of
Yeah.
Brogan Hastings and Wayne Geo. So I thought that was funny. But that did make me want to play Minecraft. So me and Kez, we play Minecraft, right?
Okay.
Have you ever played Minecraft?
No, I don't understand
Really?
it, and I don't really
Okay.
want to.
So we play peaceful mode. I've
Okay.
never played with people with things trying to kill me.
Okay.
I just like the construction part and the mining part. So I don't play. We don't play it in creative mode because otherwise
Yep.
you can just place and remove instantly. What we do, we go in, we find a place where we want to dig a giant hole, and we just mine straight down until we come across caves, and then we branch out in those caves. And then when we're done with them, we come back and we keep going down till we hit bedrock. We go to the fucking limit. But this time, we're usually we'd play it split screen, but now I'm playing on my PC. Kez is playing on the Switch, so we've got a screen each. My skin is Piff the Magic Dragon. We made Kez Miss Jade Simone,
Nice.
and we're playing in Piffland.
Nice.
So, when it comes to building, I think we're going to try and make it all piffy, all piff themed.
Nice.
So, yep. It's been so long since I played Minecraft, and our sessions have been like 3+ hours, and I must forget to blink or something because my eyes hurt.
Yeah.
They start to hurt. It's crazy. Like, first few times that we ever played Minecraft, it was like, oh wow, it's 3 a.m. What are we doing? Because literally all it is us smashing fucking cobblestone, digging down. In this time, it's a 16 by 16 brick square. So yeah, look, if you've got Minecraft or have access to it, you could even join us
I don't think
if you so felt.
I don't ever see. It's not the kind of game that I'm ever interested in.
You could be Francis the Squire.
No. Pop.
You can be Pop. There you go. We can tame a wolf and call it Mr. Piffles. Yep.
It's never the kind of game that's grabs
Yeah.
me, to be honest. I'm not a fan of
Yep.
the blocky style.
Yeah. Yeah. Granted, the first time because I purchased it for like $10 back in the day while it was in beta, and that's gotten me through. Like I've never had to purchase it again for PC. Like we bought it on Switch because we wanted to be. But anyway, the first time I turned it on is like I don't think I can play this just based on the graphics. So yeah, I feel you. But you can get like HD texture packs and shit.
Even then, I'm like.
Okay, all right.
It's not personal. I like games with objectives. I don't feel that Minecraft has an objective.
Oh, no, there are objectives. You can beat the game.
I don't know. I'm still not convinced. I have many other games to play.
Yeah. It's like this feels a bit like me saying, "Hey, you should watch this show."
Yeah, it's like, but the nanny's right there.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, I mean, my wish list is long. Of games. Yeah. Some of them have been on there for a while, and that's all. That's not including the games that I have bought and downloaded that I haven't yet played. Yeah. So I need to finish the Danganronpa one. I need to go back and I need to finish Judgment. I need to go back and try and finish Mordor. Yeah. And I think that would bring me up to date with like, everything being finished.
Cool. I should have brought this up nice. It would have fit in nicely when I was talking about the stadium. Alan Wake, yeah. 1 and 2, or are you done with 1 now?
No, I've still got 1 on there because I started Danganronpa first, so I'm like, I'm going to finish. I think that's probably going to be the easiest one to finish. So yeah.
This would have fit in perfectly talking about the stadium, but when I went skating on Wednesday or whatever the fuck day it was, when I skate, I wear my Wildcats jersey singlet, right?
Yeah.
So done skating, sitting down, taking my skates off. I think I was still wearing my skates at the time. I saw some other people around wearing Wildcats gear, Perth Wildcats basketball team gear. And Guy, a few other people also wearing Wildcats gear, getting into the car next to mine. And old Guy looks at me and says, "Do you have a good time? It was a good night, wasn't it?" And I've got no idea what he's talking about. I'm thinking, maybe there was a game? And instead of me being smart and saying, "Oh, I didn't go. I'm just wearing this," I said, "Oh yeah, it was great, wasn't it?" Because I'm a fucking idiot.
Yep.
And he was like, "Oh, wasn't Lockie so good?" Now, Lockie Reed, he's like a hype man, ringside announcer kind of guy, right? Who doesn't do it very often anymore because there's another guy that does it. I was like, "Oh yeah, Lockie's always great. I love it when he's the announcer. It's like being at the basketball. My dad's taken me as a kid." And the old guy sort of looks at me. You know that puppy head tilt move?
You what the fuck is this guy talking about? Yeah.
Exactly. But he was fine. He's like, "Have a good night." Gets in his car and then wave as he goes. So I just can't make it easy for myself.
No, never.
No.
Just don't be afraid to say, "I'm sorry, I don't know what you're talking about."
Exactly. But then I just look like an idiot either way, so I don't win. Win. But, I mean, sporting events and me looking like an idiot, I guess, yeah. It sort of triggered a memory as a kid at a football match. Now, me and Ryan, we didn't go for the football. We went because our dad took us and we went to mess around, fuck around, basically. We were sitting on a grassy hill from whatever trouble we were getting up to, and some old gent comes up to us and he's like, "You want to see a magic trick?" This is, I think, the first magic trick I'd seen in the wild.
Okay.
Right? You know the classic elastic band trick? Yeah. Where you got they're stuck together and then it's like one passes through the other. Yeah. Because you're holding them over your fingers. Yeah. Magic, right? That's what he did. And me and Ryan were like, "Oh, wow, that's fucking no idea how you did that." And it's like, "Okay, I'll tell you the secret. I'll tell you how it's done. These are actually special elastic bands that I've purchased that have little bits of Velcro. So I just break them and then I roll them together quickly and then the Velcro just connects them back together. And that's how it works." I'm like, "Wow, that's awesome." It's like, "Here you go. You can have them." I'm like, "Thank you." So, of course, I'm there trying to find the Velcro bit, right? And I'm like, "What? How did he say?" He said, "You just give him a pull and it'll break at the Velcro." So I do it and it breaks. Yeah. And I'm there trying to get it back together like an idiot. Yep.
I only know how that trick works because Zach taught me how to do it, or taught me how it works. I cannot do it because it's been so long.
I can do it. I can do it if I practice beforehand. But magic secrets revealed. Next episode of Hey Buddy, nice podcast.
Hey Buddy, next podcast.
Yeah, hey Buddy, next podcast. Hey Boodle, play. Oh God, it heard me. Good. Said nothing's playing. Very good. We have to be very quiet. The Googs is listening. See, I told you it still works with Boodle. Oh yeah. We tested that theory.
Yeah.
How are we doing? We're okay. We're doing all right. I've only got one more thing left on my list, and I've been saving it. Mm-hmm. Did you see me calling out Dr. Phil?
Yes, but I wasn't sure if that was in relation to something or you just stating facts.
Dr. Phil has been saying some very anti-trans, transphobic shit on the Joe Rogan podcast of all fucking places.
Fucking surprise.
Yeah, surprise, right? So, yeah, I went ahead and I said, just a reminder, Dr. Phil is not a doctor. He is a cunt. Mm-hmm. And of course, this gets more fucking noticed than any of my comics that I ever post.
Yeah.
More interactions and views. Mm-hmm. Mostly positive, but there was one person who said, he's a doctorate in psychology. That's why you refer to him as Dr. Phil. He's a trained clinical psychologist. Though he did let his license expire years ago, is he a medical doctor? No. But if he still had his license, he would be someone that you would go to for mental health therapy.
The medical profession has co-opted the word doctor.
Yeah.
Doctor refers to a doctor. If he let it lapse, he's no longer a doctor. Fuck you.
Yeah. Yeah. For one, he's not my doctor, so I wouldn't be calling him doctor.
No.
But I said, if he had a license, he'd be a doctor. But he doesn't and isn't. And the reason why he doesn't is so he can't be held liable for any advice he gives that people take on. So he isn't a person worthy of a doctorate if he isn't a person willing to stand by his professional advice.
Yes.
And it's been like that his entire television career, which is decades. Fucking decades. Now, I don't remember the exact response that someone else gave because they went ahead and blocked me after they gave it. Because it makes them look like I'm not replying to them and that they've won.
Sneaky.
But what they neglected to realize is I have access to the Hey Buddy Nice podcast Twitter account.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
And I can see it like that. But basically they said something so fucking stupid. And I just replied with the bottom half of the, oh no, it's stupid comic, where the dog says something stupid and the owner's like, oh no, it's stupid. Like, look at that cute dog. And then they said something else, and then I just thought it was funny that you could, if you block someone, they still have the capability of seeing what you said.
Yeah.
Are you trying to find it?
I'm looking at it right now. Somebody said amen.
Yeah.
There's the doctor. Somebody said they watched the interview.
Yes.
This man is a psychological rapist satisfying his own weird hang-ups and narcissism. Ow.
Yeah. No, it's under the, where I said if he had a license, he'd be a doctor. Is a comment on that. Or maybe it's just deleted now. At Brishan Games.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now apply that to all of the doctors that demand protection from being sued for harm for their vaccines because they are...
Vaccines in quotes.
Yeah. They aren't...
Yeah, right? All this stupid bullshit
I don't even
conspiracy
understand what
theory.
That means.
Exactly. And that's why I replied with, oh no, it's stupid. And they're like, what, you think it's stupid to hold these other doctors to the same standard, do you? And I replied something along the like, no, I'm replying, it's stupid, your misinformation that you're saying.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I've never liked Dr. Phil.
Yeah. I watch clips of Dr. Phil on TikTok, but only because it gets some of the weirdest, strangest people, or people with weird, strange stories. And I'm interested. I don't watch it and think, oh, that's great advice or anything like that. It's more morbid curiosity.
The people who watch Dr. Phil and like it are the same people who misunderstand. Who's the guy I hate? The Aussie Steve animal
Irwin.
guy. Steve Irwin.
Yeah.
It's still not. I mean, yes, abusing animals to a degree, but also using them for your own personal gain.
Yeah.
Except Dr. Phil's doing it with people.
Yep.
Yep. We should try and find a happy note to finish this episode on. But I got nothing.
I got nothing. What's Kez watching? Let's have a net update
What
from
was
the...
that? Who? I don't know if you're talking about Pharrell Williams or Will Ferrell.
Will
Will Ferrell? The actor has a new documentary. Kez is saying that we can talk about that, but I have no idea what she's talking about. Okay.
Because you were talking about trans stuff.
We moved on from that.
No, honestly,
Yeah.
no, that's actually a good point.
Yeah. But we moved on from that,
Will
but
and
yes,
Harper.
it's still relevant.
It's coming to next.
Okay, coming to Netflix. So we can talk. We can advertise. Oh no! I replaced my unscheduled, unannounced ad with applause. So okay, I know nothing about this. Do you know anything about it?
Only what I've just seen, which I looked up. I believe it's called Will and Harper, and it's Will Ferrell's road trip with his best friend Harper Steele. It's premiered. It premiered at Sundance in January and was received very well. So yeah.
His best friend, who I think Kez has said has come out as transgender at the age of 61 or something. Transitioned at the age of 61.
I'll have a look at that. I can see Harper Steele was a writer on SNL around the same time that Will Ferrell was on there. When Ferrell found out that his dear friend was coming out as a trans woman, the two embarked on a cross-country road trip to process this new stage of the relationship. I would watch that.
Okay. Oh, I'll watch it probably anyway, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, there you go. When does it say it's coming out?
It just says it's been acquired by Netflix.
Okay. So I was going to say homework, cheese bags, but we don't know when it's coming out.
That was last updated on the Netflix website 5th of February.
Okay. So who knows? Who knows when? What was that?
Dad, somebody scored.
Okay. I assume you're talking about in like a football match or something.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
Maybe is it available now?
I don't know.
It looks like it's available now, but I don't.
What's it called?
Will and Harper.
Will and Harper. We're doing the grunt work here. We're seeing if it's out now.
Out now.
It's not out now. Will and Harper. Yeah, it's not on there, so I can't even see when it's coming out.
Like ads.
Okay, so don't look for these ads and trailers on Netflix because they're only on YouTube.
I assume.
No, they are. I don't see them.
And they're funny.
Well, I figure that's the whole idea. It's Will Ferrell.
It really. However, I suppose it depends how much time there is between a premiere at Sundance and actual release. Like if there's a standard for that.
Let's see. When there was a world premiere of director's cut to theatrical release, there was a long time.
Yeah.
Because they hadn't sold the movie or hadn't found a publisher. Let's say that. I think we're out of content for the week, Brogan.
I think so. I think we're just kind of obsessed with looking at this now, and it's going to be a lot of side.
Yep, this died in the butt.
Me looking at that and having to switch back tabs every 5 minutes to look at Danny Davis's.
Yeah. Yep. Did you notice I just said died in the butt?
No.
Instead of died in the ass? Because I was thinking, I probably shouldn't say ass, but I've said cunt this episode, so. And we said...
Your standards are...
Don't get me wrong.
Beyond me.
The reason why is, to you and me, the word is ass. But to the majority of our listening cheesebag audience, it's ass. And I think ass, in my voice, doesn't sound right. In any other accent, besides like the North American accent, it sounds weird. All right, I'm wrapping this up. We're done. Cheese bags, as mentioned earlier, if you've got corrections for us, send them through. nicepodbud@gmail.com. Wow, it's hard to remember that email when we usually say the other one. Look, if you want all our self-promo stuff, go listen to the last episode, because that's got all our self-promo. All I'm going to say is, if you want to talk to us, it's at nicepodbud on all social media, or talk to Brogan at 7billionneedles.
And you can talk to Wayne at Wayne Geo.
And if that Will Ferrell and Harper documentary thing comes out, watch it and we'll talk about it next episode. Anyway, thanks for stopping by and having a listen.
As always, stay fresh, cheese bags.